Kia ora, Kat. I've just been watching Dawn's webinar with Wendy on strategies to manage anxiety and worry. And I love that you've created a table here that is really useful for teachers and for us as well when we're doing our casework. I was kind of thinking about back to when I was teaching and thinking, I personally don't know if I noticed, like, there would be the obvious signs of anxiety and worry, but then a lot of behaviors where children are anxious, I've noticed in my casework, and after, doing study and talking to others, that a lot of the behaviors that we do see are, children trying to communicate that they are anxious or that they are worried. And I was thinking back, just even in a case I've got at the moment, like his behaviors are quite extreme, and he is doing a lot of, some inappropriate things in the classroom. And I think it is down to feeling anxious. He has just started school, and thinking about problem solving ways that we can support them to be less anxious. And since becoming an RTLB, I've really noticed the signs of when a child is being more anxious, or and seeing what resources can we get them, what strategies can we teach them, because I feel like I actually, to be honest, didn't have many strategies when I was teaching. So I found that quite powerful to be an RTLB who can support teachers who are also going through the same thing. Maybe teachers who are also a bit anxious. I've noticed definitely in my when I've been facilitating my IYT course that teachers, we've got quite a open group, and they are willing to say, when they're feeling anxious or they're worried about something, or can they get support in this. And it's just, I feel like for me as well, and I like your little 3-step worry plan that you created here for children, and I guess it could be for us as well, actually, that it's just so it's really good. You just and that's like in recent years what I've been trying to do as well. And I think if we can communicate that to teachers as well, is like accepting the worry, acknowledging the worry and speaking to it, and like why do you think it's making you feel anxious? Because anxiety comes from the not knowing what is going to come next, and then trying to be brave and move forward. But I think also just teaching children that it's an okay feeling to have, because I know a lot of children, even when they're 5, they just know happy, sad, and angry. Those are normally the 3 that they know, and it's really working with them to teach them all the different emotions and what they mean, and that they're okay. And I think we do that a lot in our casework. I was just thinking about a different case as well, where we're going to do the Build Me Emotions Lego, and I know that you're also going to be doing that too with one of your cases that we were talking about. I think also what helps me when I'm feeling anxious or worried is always talking to colleagues, especially you. We have had many conversations about just open conversations about feeling anxious or something when it comes to uni, or getting advice on casework, or feeling like, have I done enough, and feeling a bit worried. But I think when you talk about it and you get another opinion, or the person can just help you understand why you're feeling that way, or can validate your feeling, then it's so much easier to move through it. I find like what I used to do is I'd be so anxious, and then I would just keep it inside, and I'd be like overthinking it for ages, and then finally, I don't know, something would happen, and I would say do something, and then it wasn't that helpful. And then, but now if I just like speak about it with somebody, I find it helps me get through it a lot easier. And I think that I think it's so good to remember that as well with teachers as well, because they're so, they also have a lot going on. And just having those open, honest conversations, and feeling, and just being, warm and comfortable, and feeling like just being warm, like as in when you're talking to people, and then giving them that space to also feel like they can come to you as well, because I know that that's what helps me.